When Sophie Cunningham arrived in Indiana, she immediately made it clear to everyone what kind of player she is. This wasn't just another standard player introduction. It was a statement. And what happened next? Let's just say that someone in Las Vegas might be eyeing her own merchandise sales at this very moment. Hey everyone, it's Sophie Cunningham here. I'm so excited to be here and meet all of you. See you at the game. Bye. Sophie wasted no time setting the tone when she took the microphone during her press conference. Fans have been craving that kind of energy, and Sophie came in ready to deliver it without hesitation or holding back. She is fierce, sassy, and she stands up for her teammates no matter what. Sometimes I think it's okay to be feisty and to be yourself, but I'm excited to play in front of the fans. I believe that she has drawn a lot of people to Indiana in the women's game for that reason. And so just to be a part of something amazing. I'm just really happy to be here. Then immediately after saying those bold words, Sophie posed with her brand new Indiana affair, jersey number 8 on full display. You could almost hear the excitement pulsing through the fan. As soon as she uploaded that photo to the internet, fans were clamoring to know where they could purchase her jersey. Shortly after I uploaded it, I was reading the comments and saw someone write, I'm not getting one of those jerseys. So yes, I'm getting that jersey, Cunningham, but the commenter said, I can't get a jersey. These jerseys are gone. These jerseys are about sold out, can't get one. And I thought, wow, which is when the chaos really began. Hours after her press conference, fans took to social media to express their disbelief that Sophie Cunningham's jersey was completely sold out and that she hadn't even stepped onto the court yet, hadn't played a minute. Completed her first full practice. And yet her jersey disappeared from the shelves more quickly than a Caitlin Clark Deep. 3 just arrived in Indiana, had her press conference, and is already in the gym. I know that she is working out with Keith Porter, taking shots, and working on the jersey that she was highlighting. Good luck, get it? Oh, and this all happened right after Sophie had just finished her first session with Keith Porter. She was still recovering from her first fever workout, and fans had already destroyed every last Cunningham jersey that was left in stock. So that's music. In the meantime, somewhere in Asia, Wilson must have been watching this happen. I mean, she must have been scrolling through social media, taking in all the excitement, and suddenly feeling a little anxious. After all, she is the current MVP, but here's Sophie Cunningham entering the Fever locker room and instantly becoming a top-selling jersey. Hurt a little. This morning, I decided to go see for myself what's going on with the jersey sale because I had seen that comment. Come on over to the team store where you can get Pacers gear and Fever gear. This is Sophie Cunningham's jersey. Let's be honest, fans of the Indiana Fever are adoring Sophie because she doesn't just say she's going to defend her teammates. She means it. Fever Nation immediately sensed this passion and responded by making sure that all of the Cunningham jerseys were gone. The Indiana Fever's merchandise was hit with a tidal wave that they never saw coming, and fans flocked to the team store website in droves. Sophie Cunningham's jersey sold out faster than nearly every other player in history before she had even played a minute for Indiana. The adult Indiana Fever number 8. Sophie Cunningham Rebel Swingman jersey in red by Nike cost $130. Now, take a look at this. The size extra small is available, but it goes without saying that I'm not interested in that one. Second, this is a recently acquired role player, not a longtime franchise player or former MVP. And yet her jersey demands have skyrocketed as if she is the league's face. The Indiana Fever's merchandise team is likely still frantically trying to restock before the season even begins, but how bad is this sellout situation? Let's take a closer look at what's going on at the team's official store. All right, let me get a medium sold out, a large sold out, an extra large sold out. It's like they never existed. The only size left is an extra small jersey, and even that had a warning. Flashing low stock. So if you didn't act quickly, you were out of luck. Cunningham just showed up in Indy, hasn't played a game yet, and that commenter wasn't there. Hey, 2XL sold out, and the only thing you can get is an extra small. Stock one item left. I checked the website myself, expecting to see a few sizes left, but there isn't any. I suppose the message has been sent, and the organization will need to make sure they have. In the meantime, just for fun, I looked at A'ja Wilson's jerseys, and let's just say there's plenty of inventory available in large, medium, small. Take your pick, and they're just rows and rows of A'ja jerseys waiting for someone to add them to their cart. However, Sophie went faster than pizza at a Super Bowl party. Fans of A'ja Wilson are furious that this is happening on the same day. Why are they doing this? Oh my God, don't they understand the impact of A'ja Wheels? Stop it. The Fever's merchandise team is officially in panic mode because they've got every reaction to cutting him, and now they're rushing to restock before the Fever's first game. Let's face it, this type of sellout frenzy typically only occurs for generational superstars or #1 draft picks, not players acquired through trades. For years, critics have attempted to argue that Indiana's fan base is only there for Clark and doesn't care about the rest of the roster. But this jersey sellout just destroyed that narrative. You have been portrayed by the media and W players and coaches. I'm talking about real Indiana Fever fans who don't just talk the talk, but walk the walk. I can't just jump on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon at this point because I've said it before, and this is just another example. A'ja Wilson must be watching all of this unfold, side-eyeing her untouched jerseys and wondering what just happened. She will likely hold a press conference tomorrow. The Rice aren't just here to support Caitlin Clark, they're here to ride or die for the entire team. The rest of the league is receiving a first-hand lesson in what true fan loyalty looks like, putting their money where their mouths are. They buy merchandise, basketballs, and Caitlin Clark basketballs. They are begging to purchase her Nike shoe when it arrives. She claims that her jerseys are sold out, and I have sweatshirts, t-shirts, and other items. I'm not saying that no other fans are purchasing anything, as there are obviously people wearing items in the stands, but it's Indiana Fever supporters who recall her saying that she was invited in and given a higher salary less than a day after Caitlin Clark declined their offer. As everyone knows, Caitlin Clark turned down the league. So this source close to A'ja Wilson claims they offered. Do you know how many people showed up to watch Caitlin Clark play? Golf with actual attention economics at play. What about when she allegedly leaked her speaking fee or the college jersey retirement fiasco? It's crazy because no one outside of A'ja herself cares whether A'ja shows up, and sources close to A'ja Wilson chose to respond anyhow. The Indiana Fever fans aren't just talking the talk. While other WNBA fan bases are occupied with social media arguments or rationalizations for their team's poor attendance, Fever fans are out there smashing records and merchandise sales from the town. Right, Renee Montgomery of the Atlanta Dream. They don't like us, Renee, and those who claim it's not about Caitlin, not repeating that no other fans are purchasing anything. But you can't you can't compare other players to you. You can't compare other fans to Caitlin Clark and her impact. This isn't just about expressing love for Caitlin Clark. It's about embracing every player who dons that Fever jersey, whether they've been with the team for years or are new to the area. This is what makes Indiana's fan base unique. Renee Montgomery of the Atlanta Dream said that fans of the Indiana Fever aren't like other wood boarders. They don't just brag about their team online. Instead, they invest in their passion. There will undoubtedly be trolls on social media, but fans are purchasing tickets. So when Indiana arrives, things must change. When you consider it, Sophie Cunningham hasn't even played for Indiana yet, but she is already being treated like royalty. In most markets, role players might sell a few jerseys after they establish themselves, but in Indiana, fans aren't waiting. They're throwing caution to the wind from day one. And it's shocking. The Indiana fans, in my opinion, that Sophie Cunningham, hardly ever the Field S jersey, is still available in extra small, but this is more than just a few jerseys flying off the shelves. Indiana's fan loyalty is making the craze a destination, and players from all over the WNBA are taking notice. Well, if you had to choose between playing in front of half-empty arenas with no enthusiasm and joining a team where fans embrace you and Before, if you've ever gone to a game, where would you go? Indiana is establishing itself as the destination, and other teams are rushing to catch up. Now, we're dealing with a full-blown merchandise crisis, where fans are vying for anything bearing the Indiana logo, and the supply chain is unable to keep up. Jerseys are sold out, hats are selling out, and let's not even talk about the Caitlin Clark shoe situation. I just want to draw attention to the fact that, as an Indiana Fever fan, there are people who are willing to pay a lot of money to get tickets. They're begging to buy that shoe, so I said, I don't know what the deal is. I'm not into the contract or anything like that. They got something, whatever their agreement is, that's their agreement. However, when that shoe arrives, they should be ready and prepared because Nike is missing out on what could be the largest WNBA merchandise release ever. Clark's signature shoes are nowhere to be found, and there is no release date or up. Nothing but fans are practically flinging their credit cards at the screen, pleading for them to buy them. If Sophie's jersey sells out in a matter of hours, Clark's shoes will be gone in seconds. What is Nike waiting for? The WNBA are becoming a merchandise juggernaut, and the only thing preventing them right now is a shortage of supply. If they don't act quickly, they will lose out on the largest business opportunity the league has ever seen. She had the most incredible momentum of any athlete in history, and Nike failed to take advantage of that fact. Since they are the largest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear from them at all during the season, it really makes me wonder. I'm not sure what goes on behind the scenes, but if I were Caitlin Clark's management, I would seriously reconsider the agreement I signed because Indiana Fever supporters aren't just making noise. They're showing their support with their money, but Nike and the Fever organization are utterly failing every day, and every day that merchandise is out of stock is another enormous lost opportunity. Consider this. Sophie Cunningham, a role player, sold out her jersey before ever taking the court for Indiana. That should have raised red flags at Nike's headquarters. If Sophie's jersey couldn't stay on the shelves, what do you think will happen when Caitlin Clark's signature shoes finally drop? The demand is already there, but Nike's slow response isn't allowing them to capitalize on it. It's a day of lost revenue that the team will never get back. Fans are willing to spend money, but production is limiting their growth at a time when they should be controlling the market. This isn't a situation where people are hesitant about prices or deciding whether to buy. Rather, they want to buy but are unable to do so. They are looking, waiting in line, and getting nothing. This is a business owner's dream scenario where customers are practically throwing money at you. If Nike and the Fever don't step up production right now, and not just losing money, they must oversupply the market with jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and yes, finally release those Caitlin collections. The longer they wait, the more potential revenue disappears and the more irate fans become because Indiana Fever supporters do more than just talk the talk. They take action, and even those who cannot afford it want to do something. So I'm just saying, go Fever fans. We love you, and remember how nobody wanted to go play in Indiana. Nobody wants to play with Caitlin Clark, those fans. And we discovered that when free agency arrived, everyone wanted to join the Indiana Fever and play with Caitlin Clay. When they arrived, they began praising the fans, but let's stand back and remember that this isn't just about selling jerseys. It's about Fever fans changing the game. Renee Montgomery was spot on when she said that Fever fans aren't like other WWE fans. They invest in their team rather than just cheering from the sidelines. This isn't just a fan base. It's a movement that's redefining what support looks like in women's sports. And if other teams don't take note, fall behind like Asia Wilson. They're forcing the entire league to pay attention because Fever fans aren't just watching history, they're making it. They're demonstrating that a WNBA team can be just as marketable and profitable as any men's team if right conditions are in place. In order to ensure that you never miss a video, click the video on the screen and let us know in the comments by subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one.